Good afternoon, Stitch Roadies. If there was ever a day I needed your company, it was today. Yesterday we found out that there was a shooting at a shopping center in my children's hometown, and all of those type of events break our heart. You just want to know you can go grocery shopping safely, don't you? And it's a challenge to bring oneself out of the deep hole that some people want us to travel down. And I could let myself go down that deep hole, but I don't want to let that happen. I want to keep being the light. I want to be with people who are the light. And so today I decided I was planning on doing a floss tube. I'm going to do a floss tube. But please keep Bend, Oregon in your thoughts and prayers. You just never think it's going to be your hometown. You never think. So I thought I would show you, I have a wide variety of things, and some things are a crossover to my Quote Roadie channel, because they kind of, you know how your life just kind of crosses over. It's hard to keep it separated. Why I did 2 separate channels, I thought it was going to be easier, but not always easier. And sometimes it's I have things or am doing things that would be of interest to both groups of friends, both groups of roadie friends, and so you might feel some repetition. You're gonna want to stay till the end to see the winner of the $50 gift card to Acorns and Threads. Woo-hoo. And I am looking forward to First Thursday is at Acorns and Threads, coming up here in September. Yeah, okay, let's just get on with it. So I think I'll start with, well, I'm never organized, am I? I am never organized. So I got this pack, this fat pack of fabric from the Fat Quarter Shop. And I really wanted this fat pack because everything about it screams quilting and cross stitching. It's by Debbie Busby, you know, the wooden spool is her design name, and I was so attracted to it, not only for possibility of using it in quilting, but as backs to pillows or frames, to cross stitches, you know, our little bowl fillers. But here's the fat pack. So it's all sewing themed. So, you know, there's fabric with spools of threads and needles. There's fabric with tomato pin cushions, jars of buttons, and in different colorways. So here, that was the white background. This is the red background. Isn't that cool? I love those tomatoes on black. And then scissors, buttons, jars again of buttons and spools. So this fat pack, they have it at the Fat Quarter Shop, and I mean, it's like a staple. It's like a staple. So I wanted the whole line, and so that I would have it available, because I know that I'm going to be well, let's see, if I finish all of the charts that I own. Did I hear you laugh? Did I hear you laugh? There are lots of pillows. There are lots of cross-stitch that I could frame in fabric for little quilts. This is like going to be my go-to pack. And I have to tell you, Debbie's about the sweetest person in the world. The other thing, let's see, I'm going to open, I haven't opened it yet. I know what it is, but I haven't opened it yet. And it is from Michelle, Raspberry Rabbit. And if you go follow her on Instagram, you're going to want to do what she does. I first met her in the wool world. She was doing quilts and stitching with wool, and then she has ventured into more into embroidery. And so I'm opening this up. Everything, you know, and she has her cottage industry. Everything's wrapped so perfectly. But when I saw this on her Instagram feed, the thing I really love about the Raspberry Rabbit, oh, and why is she called the Raspberry Rabbit? It's because she has pet rabbits. I mean, they are like in her home. They're like hopping around. I wish I didn't have the allergies I had. But, and now she has a cat too. But her embroidery is just off the charts. I love how she interprets embroidery stitches into her designs. And so this particular one is called, naturally I'm starting, like many of you, it's almost September, to feel the fall vibe. And this is called Pumpkin Mail. And I'm not going to open the envelope, but just so you see, it actually came with a mailer, like you could mail it to a friend, or you could stitch it into a little quilt. You could do whatever you want with it, but here it is. Now, I really want you to take a close look at her stitches with the pumpkin. Extraordinary, exquisite. There are so many words to describe this. I love what stitches she chooses and how she implements them into her pattern. And so when you go to her Instagram feed, and I'll put the links below in the drop down box, but when you go to her Instagram feed, there's a link, you know, and it's the Raspberry Rabbit. I am so excited about this. I was mesmerized. I was just mesmerized by the stitching in that pumpkin. I knew I was going to have it. I knew I was going to have it. So order it, I did. And it's on pre-printed linen, just so you know. It's not, you know, it's like already having the chocolate syrup on the ice cream. You don't even have to ask for it. Yeah. So that came in the mail, and then I received a lovely gift from my friend Patty, who I have been friends with for a while. We met through stitching, and she sent me a package with some fun things. And look at the box and all the glitter tissue paper and the note. And when I met up with Patty this summer at the Quilters Affair, she, you know, in different times I've talked to her, I found out that she collected like watch parts, that she does things with, you know, there's so much in the world to love. So she sent me a necklace. Imagine a world where everybody wanted the best for everybody else. Imagine that world. see what else we got here. Oh my gosh. Look at this. It's like an easel. Is that not adorable? Oh my gosh. Stitching time. I have it right here next to me. Thank you, Patty. You made my day. You made my day. Gotta get everything organized, huh? And then, I've told you before about Linda, if you follow her on Instagram. I got my Starbucks. I had to go to the postal place to mail off some giveaways. I haven't heard from quite a few people though, but the ones I did, I mailed off. Linda, who is AKA Van Mom, I'll put the link below. I told you she was starting a Patreon site for stitching, crafting, quilting, all the things of beauty. And so I arranged to do a make and take with her. And she's going to be offering those to her Patreons. So when she gets that all set up, and I think it's ready to launch, you can sign up, and I'm definitely signing up. But with the make and take that I'm doing, it came with instructions and it came with an invitation. Isn't that's just, it's like perfection. It's like perfection. So in the little card where her stitchy room is called the Nest. And so I had these, she included these DMC number cards. And this is like one of those library holder things. I mean, it's just, it's so cute. It's so cute. And an invitation and what I have to do for the make and take. And so I've been thinking, because there's a little bit of pre-stitching before we do our make and take. I mean, look at the tape on the back of this envelope. So cool. So cool. So there was an instruction, and she's so poetic, you know, so to do some prep work before the make and take. And so I've chosen what I'm going to do. I have to have a little bit of stitching done before the make and take. And I know that I am going to be using two different patterns to, I have to stitch just a little motif, two little motifs. And so I'm going to be using this pattern, which is Antique Scissors and Spools by Kitten Stitcher. And I believe I got this at Acorns and Threads, and so I'm going to just take one of these motifs, but now I want to stitch the whole thing, but I'm going to stitch one of these little scissor motifs for one of my make and takes. And I mean, I've showed you this before, but truly, what's not to love? Simone's Smalls. I mean, look. Well, that kind of made me go down a rabbit hole, because I decided that I was going to take one of the make and take motifs. She said could be your initial, and so I decided I was going to use the initial out of one of Simone's alphabets. But then I said, I really have to get this started. I love this. I know that this fall I can just feel it. It's kind of like, I don't know what happens, but I've watched this today. I decided I need uplifting things to watch. So I've already watched Lori Textilist, Kindred Stitcher, and Lady Robiness. And I'm just working my way down because I need a boost just like anybody else. And when I was looking for what I might stitch to do my make and take, I said, oh my God, I have to start this. I'm going to have more starts in September. Well, they call it Sampler September. I call it Starter September. Starter September. Get your engines ready. We are going to start some stuff. Oh, start some stuff in September. Wow. So that made me go to my spool, Pete's Bee Skeep, and I'll put this link. This is for, like, I love to collect these little scissors, you know, where, and when you have this like on the table and you have all your girlfriends and it's in the center, then you have like little scissors that they can use. Well, I am going to take one of Simone's Smalls and wrap it around Pete's Bee Skeep. And I'll put that link below because he has a whole bunch. And you're going to want one. I'm just telling you, you're going to want one. And when I finish this, which is going to start in September, I just have a feeling this might be a hyper-focus project. I just have a little feeling, you know. Yeah. So, because I already have the fabric and the thread. And I got this fabric from Acorns and Threads, and it's 28 count Lugana Ivory. Yum. And I'm using Classic Colorworks Cherry Cobbler. Yes, please. 2 spoons with this sundae. Yeah. So we're starting stuff in September. Okay, my hair is like making me itch, making me itch. Let's see. What next? Okay, let's give some talking. Let's do some talking about the big debacle of stitching my sister's birthday present. She does not watch my channel. And not having enough fabric. Yes, I can honestly tell you that there are times that I look at G and I think, wow, we navigate the world entirely differently. But I'm here to tell you, as a, what do they call that, like in batteries, the polar something or other? I mean, we work really well together. We work really well together. We both want to be right, though. There's no two ways about that. And, you know, just between you and I think I'm right more often than he is. Oh my God, he's going to edit this. Well, he doesn't always listen to everything. I could be in trouble. Yeah. Oh well. So you know that I talked in the previous video about how I didn't have enough room because I think I know where I made the mistake. I think I made the mistake in that it said Of course, I was using a different count fabric, but I could have swore I put all that stuff in the calculator. But then when I was reading the pattern again, oh, actually looking at the directions, it said it was 1/1, and I put 2/2. Because why not? Well, yeah. So here, I'll show you. This is how far I've gotten. So obviously that border is not going to fit below. But I am going to put some flowers along the bottom edges and kind of maybe a little viney. But I got all the words done. So we'll see how that turns out. And no, I am not charting it and trying to figure it. That is not my modus operandi. I am going to fly by the seat of my pants and just turn this chart upside down and say, this is how I'm going to stitch that. Yeah, I know. I heard some gasping. But this is truly a beautiful chart, and what's not to love about that sentiment? With that said, what I have to say is that this is my #1 tool. I have fallen in love with this Morgan hoop that came from the Cotton Harvest quilt shop. I have fallen in love with it, and I especially, wouldn't this be a nice screenshot? Oh, here, let's see if I can make it happen. I especially like the 7-inch. It's because I can move it around, and what I do is I move it around to the spot that I'm stitching, and then at night I pop it off, just pop it apart so that it doesn't stay creased overnight. And the creases that are there get ironed out very easily with flatter, when I spray it with flatter by the soak company. So I have to say, I do love the 10-inch one I'm using on the trees, and the double one I use on other projects, flipping it back and forth. But when I am in the van, or when I am traveling, or when I am just sitting around watching, what did we start watching? We started watching from the beginning, Longmire. Yeah. We started beginning, G likes the cowboy thing, and he can't understand the script in Dairy Girls, which I just love. But Longmire, yeah, so we started Longmire. So I can stitch watching Longmire with the 7-inch hoop and just keep moving it around on my You Are the Boss stitch with the Fat Quarter Shop. So this is where I'm at, getting close. Yep, gonna start a new square tonight. And I think I know what I'm gonna put in the center. I think I know, but we'll see. That's 4 more squares away. I could change my mind 5 times. Yeah. And then the hashtag Leanne's Legacy. I'm working on Henry. And we are working on his scarf. He's so cute. And I already have the frame for these 3. So it'll be ready for the holidays. So I think that's about where I'm at. I want you to be sure to start posting your pictures to hashtag Love My Stitch Sal, and I'll put that link so that the two Sals, I might be involved in more, but the hashtag Love My Stitch Sal and the hashtag Land's Legacy are definitely ones that I'm focusing on right now. I just have this feeling that September is going to be the big start month. It is. It is going to be the big start. And I'm going to pull out some whips that need some love. I just was looking for something. I can't even remember what I was looking for. And I saw that I had started the dog declaration. And so I really want to put some love into that this fall. But we have a busy couple of months, you know. G and I are retired from our respective professions, but we are still self-employed, and so it's like a lot of busy work. And so we have a lot of that going on, a lot of wonderful family time going on, some camping trips coming up, and got the make and take. Oh, everything is just, you know, you got to embrace the good in your life. You got to embrace the good. So thank you for stopping by. Please take time to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know when we're up again. And we shall see you in the next video. Thank you so much for being my friend.